Good evening, everyone, on this Thursday evening. Just wanted to do another video now, and this one's going to be under the subject or title of Why Should You Become a PADI Rescue Diver? Why am I making this video? Obviously, the likes of Rescue Diver, it's been in the PADI curriculum for a long time. It's just come really to my attention with some people realising, thinking that they just need to stay at open water diver level. I think that's enough. So I'm just trying to elaborate on both the advanced open water diver and the rescue diver course. Just from a standpoint for me, from just diving world, I'm not out to pressurize or impose my opinions on someone having to do these courses. I just try to educate and explain what these courses really entail, and what they basically mean, really. So, why should you become a PADI Rescue Diver? Well, and ultimately the preceding course, the advanced. So, obviously the open water one is a foundational course. We all know that we have to have a license to dive, and that in doing the open water course, you're going to learn a lot of key skills. The vast majority of those are the self-reliant rescue skills. The sort of ethos of PADI's curriculum is really that the open water one is about yourself. The advanced is therefore to expand your ability as a diver, from a standpoint of being able to dive and navigate around better and so forth. And the rescue one is starting to go into the arena of thinking of other divers apart from just yourself. So the open water one again is giving you the main key self-reliant skills such as cramp removal, dealing with a flooded mask, be it just it's flooded in general, or it's unfortunately it was compromised and it came off, like I've had before, and your regulator getting knocked out your mouth. Now, I personally haven't had those happen, but it's just a what if. So most of those sort of skills really are from a standpoint of personal safety for yourself, and giving you the supervision of an instructor to give you some experience of diving. So you only got 4 dives, so it's obviously quite limited, and we're not expecting you to be a hugely proficient diver at that level. How could you be with 4 dives? That's why you need more training, just from that standpoint alone. Some will argue, well, okay, I can get that license because I need a license, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to dive, especially in exotic locations, and without the license, I don't have one, they won't let me dive. There is a very small minority that think that's the reason they have to get the license, which is obviously quite a dangerous way to think. I think you'll agree. No, you need to have it, because obviously there's all the theoretical side of it, which we explain, about not holding your breath and why you shouldn't do that, and about why you shouldn't go too fast and so forth. So, from an instructor standpoint, we're obviously trained to teach diving, obviously, and instructors will evolve and become more competent in their ability to teach. So, as time goes by, you learn more stuff. I mean, I've learned a lot more things that I don't really need to know per se as a dive instructor. Well, I've done it, one, because of my own curiosity. I like to know, and it also does aid and it does flourish my learning ability for the student. Advanced open water diver course. So, just a quick recap on the course. There are 5 knowledge reviews, and there are 5 adventure dives. And when we say adventure dives, these are the first dives of the correlating specialty course. For example, night diver, drift diver, deep diver, wreck diver, the list goes on. There are over 20 specialties currently with PADI, and you can find this all online at padi.com. I also have quite an extensive list of these courses on my own website at www.jeffsdivingworld.co.uk. The core dives is your deep and navigation, which has to be done as part of this course curriculum for this level. And then we will choose a 3 other dives that we can both facilitate for you. What I mean by that is, for example, that, you know, ice diver for my location here in the southwest of the United Kingdom is an impossibility, because there's no frozen locations for me to conduct that course. So I would have my own sort of recommendations that I think the diver should do in order to improve their ability. And I've had this sort of conversation with another instructor called Andy Weaver, who is also one of the part of the group of Just Diving World. And we've got this agreement that I think the divers should do peak performance buoyancy, so they get more practice on buoyancy. I think we came to the conclusion of, I came to the conclusion of search and recovery, not per se for the ability of recovery in the sense of using a lifting bag, although very useful, but more from a standpoint that they're going to further expand their ability of navigation, because they've got to have to do search patterns, and also do work on their buoyancy again as well, because they have to stay off the bottom. So I think I'll further supplement those. So that's deep, navigation, buoyancy, search recovery. There's 4. We need 1 more, and as Andy probably said, possibly they could do dry suit diver. Although my personal opinion is that, you know, you don't get experience with that, and that's unless you do the actual course in its entirety. I'm willing to just, you know, having used a dry suit for many years, go through that with someone. And you're not really going to need a license per se, because you're not going to really need one abroad because of the warmth of the water out there. So it's only really going to be for the UK as such. And from my experience, I've done many dives with a dry suit. Dive operators and gone on boats, they're not going to ask you for a license to use a dry suit. If you've got one, they're pretty much assuming that you've been trained to use it. They're going to be more required to have a license for something like, say, going to a wreck below 18 metres, so in which case they're going to want to see the advanced one, which also gives you a requirement, allows you then to go to 30 metres. So possibly, say, wreck, for example, to penetrate a bit deeper down, look around the wreck, or maybe say night, probably even night, just gives you a different experience. So yeah, deep navigation, search and recovery, buoyancy, and then possibly night. From the standpoint of for the night one, to give you some exposure to doing a dive in such conditions. Therefore, the advanced is therefore increasing your confidence. It's also increasing your skill set and making you more equipped and more diversity qualified as a diver. Because we're also going to expand on your navigational skills. From the open water course, it's purely doing receptacle bearing out and back with the compass, whereas we're going to do a lot more with the compass, or navigation, in general, with the advanced course. So we're going to do multiple bearing changes, and in essence, to do a square navigation. You'll get used to natural cues or natural navigation. Look at things around you, like the ripples in the sand and kelp movement and so forth. And we're going to get used to distance estimation, because also you're going to have some idea how far it is from where you are at a starting point to your sort of destination, if you will. So we get used to doing a little exercise to help you understand that better. So yeah, I mean, really the advanced one is a next logical step. It means you've done another 5 dives, so you've got more experience, which is what you're always going to mainly. It's like driving a car. You only get better by driving a car by getting experience. So you're doing more experience, but somebody will just, why would I just go and get experience? Just go and dive with a buddy. Yes, that will definitely facilitate the point of saying getting more experience. But from an instructor standpoint, and it's not to come from a sort of arrogant or big-headed standpoint, some probably may think it's that way, is that you would hope from an instructor standpoint that we've got a bit more experience to offer the developing diver, and hopefully we can therefore nurture them and give them a bit more experience than an otherwise diver. It's not in any shape or form putting the other divers down, don't get me wrong, but obviously as instructors, you know, we're trained to bring more knowledge to those given disciplines, be it navigation, be it going deeper and so forth. So that's the whole purpose of it. So they've got going to get more dives. It may only be 5, but it's still another 5 dives. But from that apart, they get more experience with a professional, and also that reassurance as well. Of course, they could find another diver, say an advanced diver with maybe several hundred dives. But in the main, the overall consensus is that you're going to get a much more comprehensive package with an instructor. I think most people can really agree with that. And then to conclude, the PADI Rescue Diver, overview of that one is 5 knowledge reviews with a final exam. You have to do a emergency assistance plan, so it's like a detailed list of contact numbers for decompression chambers near hospitals nearby. It's all based on the site that that the instructor will allocate for you. And 10 exercises, and then there'll be 2 scenarios. And the exercises comprise of missing diver underwater, bring the diver up, unconscious non-breathing diver at the surface, panic diver, tired diver, the list goes on. Means of getting the diver out, different towing techniques. But it's just basically you want to be up to that level, especially if you're going to dive in the UK, because therefore you've done your open water, giving you the fundamental skills, you've done the advance to bring you to increase your ability as well and exposure to different environments like night, for example. And then you've further done the rescue diver to give you the rescue skill sets that you need to help rescue someone else, another diver. As I said, it's a level to start thinking of other people, and also build your confidence as well, a lot more, just for your personal self. And if you look at all the feedbacks and general hypotheses from this course, is it's one of the best, most rewarding courses they've ever taken in the system. And that's for all divers going through the system. An overall thing for both these courses, well, from open water up to rescue in general, personal achievement, just getting to that level, it's the effort to get there and to complete all the necessary skills that are required for all those courses. You're also going to be rescue trained by getting to rescue diver, so you're trained to help people. It's a prerequisite if whether you want to go professional and then go to a dive master, or whether you want to become recognised as the most proficient non-professional diver in the PADI system and become a master scuba diver. And as I said, repeat, it'll also give you an all-round confidence and an all-rounded diver. And this is obviously very particular to diving in UK such waters or conditions like the UK, which are a lot more temperate water conditions, and therefore our conditions are a lot more challenging as you would be diving somewhere like Thailand or the Caribbean or the Seychelles and so forth, in general. So, if you can say something seriously, it's like going to the martial arts, most people are going to strive to get their black belt. With cycling, if they're going to go for cycling and want to become a very high level type of cyclist, they might do some other courses as well. Generally, diving's a bit of an exception. Cycling a bit of an exception. You just buy one and you work on that, your fitness and your skills, but you could still try to get coaching on that. But other things such as golf, maybe tennis, a lot of people would deem to take some training from an instructor in those given sports to up their gameplay, so to speak. So, I hope that makes everyone considering doing diving, or who already are an open water diver, and whether the next courses are valid or not. Hope that makes it a bit more clearer, and hopefully makes people realise just how important getting to rescue diver is, and what the rewards are from doing those such courses. So I hope that helps. So again, if you need any further clarification on these courses and so forth, then you can contact me, like I said, at www.justdivinworld.co.uk. Details are all on there. I'm also on Facebook as well. I can leave messages. Alternatively, my telephone numbers are on all these, are definitely on both of them anyway, definitely on the website. But if it's not, just to make it easier to put it out there, it's 079 777 33445. And I'll obviously get back to you at my earliest convenience for you. I hope those have made things a little bit clearer, and thank you for listening, and bye for now. Thank you very much. Bye-bye from Just Diving World.